again, David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I swear to God, the relationship I have with this cat is the best. Its name's Goldie. It never responds to Goldie, though, because it's fucking, I don't know, a street cat. But I think it has like 3 or 4 or 5 houses it goes to. The other day, I let it out of the house, and it just went... It just went directly across the hall and started meowing at the fucking door across the hall. I'm like, Jesus, fuck, Goldie. At least wait till I've shut the door. For fuck's sake. So Goldie comes around like 2 or 3 times every day now. She comes in, I give it a feed, comes over and sits next to me for a little while. I give it a little pat. Maybe it goes off and goes to sleep in one of the rooms. Then it comes back out and it's like, I'm over it. I'm like, good Goldie, I'm over it too. Get the fuck out of here. She never stays the night, never complains, just comes in, fulfills her fucking duty as a street cat that's getting fed. The kids look at her, get excited. It's like they have a pet. She's costing me like $7 a month in food because she doesn't eat that much either, but she's so fat. Because she's got so many fucking houses to go to. I don't know where she goes at night though, because I kicked her out at like 10 o'clock the other night. She looks like a completely different fucking cat at night as well. Like her pupils get wide. She becomes like a violent fucking murderer at night. Like she's fucking dosed out of her head. I'm going to be honest, fucking Goldie does scare me a little bit because a couple of times she's been sitting in a place that's annoying. And I've tried to get her to move and she just goes... I'm like, I'm not fucking with this street cat, but Goldie, get the fuck off the bed. I've fucking got a pet now that I don't have to look after. We've got all these other pet owning cunts that we know who have dogs and cats who can't like go on holidays or fucking even stay the night at other people's houses because they can't leave their fucking dumb dogs or fucking cats alone for that long. And I've got Goldie, just a completely fucking mutual arrangement. You come over for a couple of hours, I'll give you a feed and then kick you out. It's a win-win. It's kind of like the perfect relationship. Where were you in my early 20s, Goldie? So I'm just banging this one out. I've got my kid's school fucking interview today. I got his report card yesterday. Look, it's not looking like he's going to be like getting a scholarship at this stage, but I think the teachers are missing a few things because he's a lot fucking smarter than these cunts give him fucking credit for, but every parent says that. So it's parent-teacher view in about half an hour, so I better fucking crank this out. Better get straight into Boyle Breaks History. So this week, Boyle Breaks History... I'm going to do the Tower of Babel because I was reading about it in a book yesterday and I was like, I don't even know what the fucking Tower of Babel is. It's one of those things that I've heard obviously about. Like it would be something if I got into a conversation with like an intellectual, they'd be like, you know, it's like the modern version of the Tower of Babel. And I'd just be nodding. And if they fucking asked me, you know what the Tower of Babel is? I'd be like, yeah, it's like the fucking... Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's right next to that, yeah? Anyway, so the Tower of Babel, for those of you who don't know, for those of you ignoramuses like myself, is a story from Genesis in the Bible, which I also haven't read, which I'm going to read. It's been on my reading list for a while now. It's just so fucking boring though. I flicked it open the other day and it was like, at fucking first, God created the fucking light or something. I'm like, what the fuck? This is shit. Then he created the fucking bush. And I was like, is he talking about the bush or... I think that's how it went. So fucking after there was a flood and Noah saved everything and everyone in his ark, literal story, they had to repopulate the earth. And they went to this place called, I forget, it starts with SH. I want to say Sharia, but that's Sharia law, like the Muslim law, Islamic law. So it's not Sharia, but it's something SH. Read the fucking Bible if you need it. So they're all there and Noah's just been fucking, I assume. So there's heaps of people around. Noah's just repopulated fucking Sharia and cunts are starting to build. These are all descendants of fucking Noah. I think Noah's dead by now, but his little fucking cunty kids are still around and grandkids. But it's a big population. Anyway, they're building some shit. And then they're like, hey, why don't we build a tower that reaches into the sky? The Tower of Babel. And so they start building this tower and everyone speaks the same language. So they're able to cooperate. And this tower's getting built and they're doing well because they all speak the same language. And then fucking guess who pops his head in? God. God fucking moseys on in. He's like, what's going on here? He doesn't say that to the people. He just looks from above. He's like, what the fuck is going on here? What's this fucking tower these cunts are building? So he's looking down and he realizes this is going to be a problem. If they're building this tower into the sky, there's going to be no fucking limit to these human beings' ambition. So he needs to put a stop to it for their sake. And so I don't know what he does. Does he magic wand it or something? Anyway, he makes them all speak different languages. So now no one can communicate with each other. Everyone's confused. The Tower of Babel comes to a screeching halt. And that is how all the languages of the world became. That's a fucking hard one to buy because I've been on building sites where like 50% of the fucking people on the site are Chinese that speak no English. The other 25% are like wogs, like old school wogs. Not the English wogs, I mean like the European wogs in Australia. They're either speaking Portuguese or Italian or Greek, or it's in such a thick accent you can't understand what the fuck they're saying. And then you've got the Irish cunts on site with the thickest accents in the world and them just being dumb cunts. And then you've got a few fucking Africans on site who are fucking clicking and shit. And the fucking building still gets built. You know what I mean? There's ways to communicate without language. So I don't know about this Tower of Babel story, but it's in the Bible, so it must be true. I might actually read that actual fucking story. I think there's a bit more to it. There has to be a bit more to it than a 2.5 minute YouTube video for kids. Surely. I'll read the whole thing and I'll get back to you. I probably won't though, so don't hold your breath. Anyway, so that's the Tower of Babel. That's Boyle Breaks History for this week. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a little fucking sharey-wary and I'll see you the fuck later.